right, folks. Welcome. This is Motor Mouth Sports. I am your host, motherfucking Dino. And, of course, alongside me, as always, motherfucking Crazy Fins. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Chilling. Trying out these new beats tonight, man. New fucking beats.
That beat is serious, man.
It's pretty good. You know, I found a lot of these motherfuckers tonight, man. And I'm gonna help everybody else out there. If you're looking for music, something for your podcast, maybe you want to sound a little bit more professional, whatever the case may be. Maybe you need something to jerk off to. Hey, whatever. I don't judge you. Go to freeplaymusic.com. That's freeplaymusic.com. Register. You can get a free fucking license to own this shit. It's cool shit, dude. It's good fucking shit.
Nice.
So anyway, folks, we got a bunch of shit to get to tonight. This is your official Week 1 preview. We've already had the kickoff game, the other night on Thursday night. Now we got the full slate of games for Sunday, including 2 on Monday. So, whole bunch of shit to get to. We're going to get to is just some headlines from that Thursday night's game. Just a bunch of good shit. Motherfuckers, hang on. This is Motor Mouth Sports.
You're an emotional fucking cripple. Your soul is dog shit. Every single fucking thing about you is ugly.
That's right, folks. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Dino. Like I said before, just going to kick this bitch off. And Crazy, I don't know about you, but I got to say it. They are who we thought they were.
I'm telling you, man. I definitely didn't think that was going to happen.
Me neither, and I'll issue it. I won't give no official apology or anything like that. I just don't get down that way. What I will do is say that Seattle is serious. I didn't think so. I really didn't. I thought they lost a couple people that I thought were going to have way more effect than they actually did. And what I learned is Pete Rose, I just really said that shit. Pete Carroll is on a motherfucking mission, and anybody can play for him. Anybody.
I'm telling you, man. I can't even believe that they left Sherman on the one side, didn't shift him over to the other side, nothing. Still just let Jordy Nelson catch the ball all night and still wound up with that same outcome.
It's what was the most impressive part about the game, and I know a lot of people are going to say it was the defense, but you know what it was? It was the offense and being able – Percy Harvin, 4 fucking rushes from fucking, the Jets play that they there, the split Jets or whatever. 4 of them, 41 yards. That's fucking production.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not let alone the fact that I actually thought 2 great, not so much passes by Russell Wilson, but he sold the fake on both of them, and that's what got the receivers so wide open. So it was really, for me, the most shocking part was to see Seattle's offense showed up to play, not just that defense.
Oh, yeah, no, I think that if the Packers would have got that interception early on right there, they could have definitely capitalized on that shit with a touchdown, and it might have been a little bit of a different game, but they didn't. Seahawks still took it. Got to give them props.
And that's just the way the game goes. It wasn't that there was any cheating involved. There wasn't anything like that. It's just that's literally how it goes in that situation. You thought you had it. That's not what happened. Move the fuck on. But I'll tell you this, though, really. Rodgers last night, I actually was concerned. Last night, it was Thursday night, but I was actually concerned, and let me tell you why. Until last Thursday, I never seen him lock on a receiver as much as I seen him lock on Jordy Nelson, and I don't know. I don't think that's a good thing. I really don't.
I mean, I think it was just because of the fact that how he was being guarded by Maxwell, and he just wasn't that good over there, and they just kept giving it to him, and they just kept letting him have it, giving him those 5, 7, 8 yards.
I hope you're right.
That's why I just stayed with him.
I hope you're right, but I'm going to tell you this. Last year, I thought I saw something like this. I convinced myself I didn't. When Aaron Rodgers came back last couple games there, and I said no, that wasn't the case, and I wrote it off. But seeing it right here this early in the season, I think a lot of that too. Rodgers just keying in on Nelson and aiming pretty much there, nowhere else, in my personal opinion, helped Seattle's defense keep them to where they were, and it was just shocking because I honestly thought Aaron Rodgers is going to come out, show us that, he might not be sheriff. That's Peyton Manning, but he's a motherfucking deputy. You know what I mean? And nothing.
Yeah, no, definitely. He didn't even throw for 200 yards. It was 189, I think it was.
In our fantasy league, in our fantasy league, which folks, you got to understand, it's the craziest points in the world. Okay, you get 100 points per touchdown. That gives you an idea. He got 200 points.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, I got to admit, he's my quarterback, so I got 200 points. I'm not happy because you got to understand this. Here, I'll give you an example on why this is bad. Russell Wilson, 525. Yeah.
Yeah, big difference. And he's not even a big fantasy guy. A lot of people, well, you know, with fantasy, if you don't know from last year, he basically screwed me last year. I just don't think he's going to be that productive throughout the year. But he did show up a little bit last night in fantasy. He really did.
Well, for fantasy owners, I'm sure they were extremely happy with the production. And I think, like I was alluding to before, I think we could start to see more of that this year. I think if you did draft him with your fantasy, outside of being a bandwagon fan, you made a good decision. Because, I mean, really, that's what impressed me. I said it before, I'm not going to get into it again, but it really was more impressed with the way that they were running the ball consistent enough. Those 2 play fakes for the touchdowns were amazing. Really.
I think it was really kind of exciting to still see Lynch doing what he did last year. He got the contract he wanted, you know, did his partial holdout, was barely there, you know, in preseason stuff. And he showed up, man. I was kind of pumped about it.
But there's that. But I honestly, I'm going to go Russell Wilson. I have to. I have to. It's, you know, there was all this hype involved in it. And, you know, I've seen all the fucking interviews. He must have had like 15 interviews in the last week alone, right? That we saw on CBS, Fox, fucking ESPN, NFL.com. Everybody interviewed him. And, you know, I usually don't buy into hype and stuff like that. You know me. I'm always rolling my fucking eyes being like, fuck him. You know, I hope he dies tomorrow. Type shit. Right. And I didn't until I saw the man play. And I got to be honest with you, you know, in the Super Bowl against Manning, I was looking at Russell Wilson with blinders on. And now watching him, you know, not only shut down, not him, I know it's his defense, but being able to put up the points to win the game. But watching them shut down Denver and Green Bay, 2 of the top offenses in the game, 17 points between the 2 of them, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I still can't believe that Green Bay only put up 16, man. I thought they would still put up more points than that.
Well, everybody did. I mean, really, I wonder how much money was lost. Because remember, and this is, you know, folks, I stand by what I said. And I know there's people out there right now like, hey, you said they're going to win plus 10. I know. But I'm not the only one. Don't look at me like somehow I was fucking wrong and I'm talking out my ass. I wasn't the only one. Fuck, man.
And like we all know, these first week of games is the hardest to call anyway because you don't know what certain people are going to do, what rookies are going to do, if they're going to break out, if people are still going to be what they used to be. I mean, it just is what it is.
Well, that and chemistry. We have no idea what chemistry is, and I think that's the bigger point to it. You know, Carolina, I'm very interested to see. I've talked a lot of shit about Carolina, but how do we know that just these last couple months in training camp and fucking, preseason, they didn't take these new receivers, Cam Newton and his ass, and all of a sudden become a great fucking offense? We don't know, but it looks on paper like it's going to be garbage.
Yep, yet to be seen. Here we go.
That's it, man. Anyway, any other headlines that you got here other than outside of that game?
Nah, man. Ready to go for this upcoming games here starting tomorrow.
Me too, man. And that's the only thing on my focus. You know, earlier today when I was looking through headlines and I'm like, man, you know, let's try to get some of these out. And I just thought in my head, like, fuck that shit. Tomorrow football starts. And that's where fucking, you know, we had our teaser on Thursday. Now we got the full game. 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, fucking 8 o'clock, 2 on fucking Monday night, man. This is it right here. So the only thing I want to talk about, and I'm sure you're with me right now, is I want to talk matchups.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a lot of them here. We've already, me and you on air, we've discussed, we were both 0-1 so far, folks. Let's just keep our records here. You know, we both lost our Green Bay at Seattle pick there.
Trust me, that's only the tip. We're going to get a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I stand by that shit. Like I tell
everyone. First game. Wasn't first week. It was just one game. We got 15 more games to go.
Last thing I'm going to say about it, I swear to God, I swear I couldn't have been more wrong in the sense that I really thought Aaron Rodgers was going to come out as a gunslinger. Whatever, man. I know people, I've gotten an email saying, hey, you're the idiot that thought Aaron Rodgers was going to sling the shit around the field on Seattle. I know.
I know. I posted something on Twitter, and then man, I thought, Green Bay was going to get on him a little more, and the only responses I got back were against Seattle in Seattle. No.
Gotta say that. But anyway, moving on to our 1:00 games. First one we're going to talk about here because I think it's going to be an awesome matchup. New Orleans travel to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's a big game, really, because you got New Orleans, who, we all know last year and last couple of years, they're 1-2 plays away from making it all the way back to the Super Bowl. They got that kind of an offense.
Yeah.
And then Atlanta stumbled like shit last year. I don't even know if stumbled could be used. Can we just say they face planted?
Yeah, a lot of injuries, a lot of everything, and I think the team just gave up on him. And it sucks because that was Tony Gonzalez's last year, and you wanted to see him do a little better than that.
Well, I don't know. You could say you did, but fuck Tony.
Tony's
Gonzalez.
A beast, man. I wish the best for Tony. I want him to get a ring. I mean, I don't want Atlanta to win, but I want him to get a ring.
Listen,
I don't know how that would have worked, but
I'm not a Chiefs fan, but I'm sure there's some Chiefs fans that are out there like, once he left Kansas City, fuck him. Okay? That's how it goes. So, anyway here, but you know what I'm looking forward to see is, like you said, you keyed into it right off the bat, is the injuries. Roddy White and Julio Jones. Julius. I can't believe I said Julius. Either way, Julio Jones, they're both healthy, and I don't care what anybody says. Those two healthy with a healthy Matt Ryan, you're gonna get points. You're gonna get yardage.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Saints D did step it up a little bit. They got some playmakers over there now. I think it's going to be a solid game, man. I'm still going to go Saints on that one, though.
You want to know my biggest move that the Saints did? They actually did it not in the offseason. Well, they did it in the offseason, but it happened here in preseason when they let go of Champ Bailey. And I know a lot of people are like, what the fuck kind of shit is that, dude? This has been a huge topic in Facebook and all the different groups that I'm in, Strictly Offensive Sports with Dino or Lou's Sports and Entertainment Lounge, all this shit. And people are just like, they kill me on that. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Hang on one here. All right, sorry, I'm right here. I apologize about that, folks. I got to let you guys know what the fuck just happened. Swear to fucking God. Right now, I'm talking football with you. I look down. I feel something go across my foot. Biggest fucking blackest spider I ever saw in my fucking life. Had to kill it. Now totally lost my whole train of thought. Where's it going? That shit is massive. Holy shit.
In the game, the Saints, so odds-wise, the Falcons are getting 3 points.
Getting 3 points.
Falcons are getting 3. I'm still going Saints.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I got my thought here. The reason why the Champ Bailey thing, and this is why it was a big deal. I'm sorry about that. Fucking spider got me away on the Champ Bailey there. But I've been saying for the last 2 years that he was done. I think Denver only gave him, last couple of years to try to see what they could do to get the man a ring, the whole 9. I believe he did, win a ring with the Patriots, so it was not like he didn't have any, right? Am I wrong by saying that?
I think you're wrong. I don't think he got a ring.
Really? He didn't get one in the 04?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he got one.
Okay, well, either way, I assumed wrong on that one. But I think they were doing that, and that was the respect that they were trying to pay him. People on Facebook were screaming at me like, where's this man's respect? He was one of the original shutdown corners in the league. And listen, don't get me wrong, I agree with you, but respect came in that contract by holding on to him a little too long. There comes a point where you just say, hey, you're done. Deal with it. The Saints handed him that, and finally, I believe he's just gonna retire and walk away. Hopefully, I don't know. We could see some shit later on. The Raiders need help again.
Yeah, even if anybody needs help, I don't think they should take a chance on Champ. Man, Champ's done. 2 years ago, he was done. Last year, they just want him to sit there to hopefully give him a ring. But other than that, he's just not there anymore. He can't keep up with any of the half speedy guys. So
even if they moved him to safety, this is the argument that I get from everybody. Oh, well, move him to safety. Well, listen, yes, but you still have to have decent speed at safety. That's your job, is to basically be the safety net of everything that's going on. You can't let nothing past you. You have to be.
I don't know if you knew. Did you know who free agent is right now? That I don't understand why he's a free agent. I mean, he's a little up there in age. Is Quentin Jammer.
Well, I kind of understand that, and I say that because of someone who kept an eye in Denver a couple years back when he was there. He's lost that step. He has.
No, I think he's still there, man. He still keeps up with some of the receivers. I think he's still somebody to be looked at and show up on somebody's team, help somebody's defense out.
Well, either way, I don't know. I respectfully disagree there. I think he's lost a step just from me watching him. But back to the New Orleans and Atlanta game. But I'm going to have to pick New Orleans only because there's too many ifs over in Atlanta. They are healthy, but there's still some ifs there. And New Orleans can score at will. There's only a few teams that can do that. New England, New Orleans, and Denver. That's in my opinion.
Yeah, no, Atlanta's got to show me something first,
But it should be a good game. Now, you said there was 4?
What do you mean 4?
Atlanta was a give.
No,
New Orleans was given 4.
Atlanta's getting 3.
Atlanta's getting 3. I'm still taking New Orleans. All right, next game here. Interesting game because we're going to talk about this last show. AP has already come out and said first touch, he's going yard. He's going to the house. He's going to touchdown that bitch. Minnesota travels to St. Louis, take on the Rams there. And I personally, I know we saw a little bit of an improvement here and there from the Rams defense last year. I think this will be the best win Minnesota has all year. Yeah,
Minnesota's getting 3.5, which is odd to me because St. Louis don't have a quarterback. And one of the receivers are hurt. I don't know. They don't have an offense. The defense is great. If they can just keep sacking and running in touchdowns that they get fumbles from, that's about it. Because I think Minnesota's just going to run away with it still. That front four on the Rams is beast, though. Don't nobody sleep on that shit. But the Vikings got a lot of people there. Cordero Patterson's stepping up. Greg Jennings is still there. Matt Castle's looking good. Like I said before, he's going to throw an interception or two, but they're still going to score it. They're going to get in the 30s easily. Yeah, and I got to say, it was a big deal. A lot of Rams fans have already walked away from the season. Bradford's hurt for the third year in a row. He's only been in the league 4 years, so that tells you, what they got going on there. And it's been a lot of bad luck since the Warner days there. But you still have things to look forward to. There's still solid defense, man. Solid defense.
And Zach Stacy is a name that get to fuck know him because that's somebody who can really anchor down a run game that is here and there, especially plagued with injury. So, next game we got here. I think this game's going to play out really well. I think it's going to be really fun to watch. Cleveland travels to Pittsburgh, take on the Steelers.
Yes, I'm loving this game, and I'm a Fins fan first and foremost, but I always say my next 2 favorite teams are the Lions and Browns. I'm underdog team lovers anyway, but I always kind of like what the Browns do, and even though they're all weirded out with the Johnny Manziel shit, he's not going to play, none of that bullshit. I think the Browns are going to do their thing. I think they're outright going to win this game, first of all, and they're getting 7 points, so I'm taking Cleveland with the 7.
But now, oh, God, because you bring it up. And if it was Cleveland of last year, I'm right there with you. I'm all about the underdog. But I got to be honest with you. It's kind of like when the Cavaliers drafted LeBron, when he went to the Heat. Any team that Manziel is on, I'm not going to like. I'm just not. I don't like Manziel. I think he's everything that's wrong with, sports stars today. So I got to be honest with you. This is my hater pick of the week. Fuck Manziel, okay? Even if he's a backup, I don't want him fucking winning. I'm going to have to go Pittsburgh, but I got my reasons. It's not like I'm just throwing the shit out my ass there.
Cleveland doesn't have wide receivers. I think that's the big down point is their wide receivers.
Oh, no, they got them, but they're still on vacation in Jamaica, man.
Yeah, they're suspended for a year. Yeah, one guy, he's trying to go. He's a car salesman now. Josh Gordon is selling cars right now while he cannot play.
But you know what, though? I respect the shit out of that. I know it's a PR move, and it wasn't his idea. Some faggy little greasy agent-type person probably did it.
He's making money right now, so he's got to go make money.
And he's gonna, though. The people at the dealership is really pissed off right now. Be like, look, I was selling cars for 15 fucking years. This motherfucker's gonna come in here and not know shit about it, but motherfuckers are gonna want to buy a car from him. This is some bullshit.
Sign my dashboard.
Yeah, this is some bull. They're gonna buy the fucking $250 Datsun in the back row as long as he signs it. You're right.
Everybody's buying Priuses.
Fucking bullshit, man. It upsets me. It does. But whatever, dude. That's just me being a hater. I told you, I had no issues with Cleveland last year. I was rooting for them. There's a small part of me that was like, come on. And now Manziel's there and fuck it. But
I wish Gordon was still there, though, man. That if he was there this year, it'd be so much nicer. They would smash on so many teams people won't even realize because people don't pay attention to Cleveland anymore.
They made some moves.
Man.
They did make some moves. The Tate move, I think, is going to pan out to be a really big move. A lot of people don't even know.
Cameron, they got Tate. They got Miles Austin, who wasn't catching shit in preseason, but hopefully he'll come alive during the games.
That's it. But here's what I'm looking forward in this game, though, and this is where my hater pick's going to come out and have a little bit of, substance to it. Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger have got some chemistry. It's undeniable. Last year they put up some big games. The year before that they were able to do this. This is after Mike Wallace left and everybody thought they were going to fall apart. So, that's what you have to look forward to there. And I think that is going to prevail. And, Cleveland, like you said, is just too many questions. Hoyer's playing with his fucking, having his neck 180 degrees behind him watching to see where the fuck Manziel is. So I think we're going to see him fall apart. We're not going to see much.
We'll see what happens, man. I think it's going to be a good game.
Next game, we got Jacksonville traveling to Philadelphia to take on Chip Kelly in that second-year high-tempo offense.
Yes, this is my sleeper pick of the week, and they're getting 10.5 points is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wow, they're getting 10.5 points.
Yeah, this is my sleeper pick. I think they're going to win anyway. The only thing I think I'm a little alarmed about now is hearing that Cecil Shorts is inactive for the game.
That's
he was
a big
questionable here and there. Now he's inactive. I mean, they got Toby Gerhardt over there. He's trying to make a name for himself now, show people what he was all about in college. He didn't get the opportunity in Minnesota. Henny is still starting. He's been pretty solid over there, decent, not the best quarterback in the world, but he's a guy who's going to give you some numbers in fantasy also. They got Marquise Lee, wide receiver, came up, rookie, and also Mercedes Lewis, tight end over there. He's a sleeper to watch out for in fantasy, folks.
Well, now, see, you just talked yourself in and out of an answer, in my opinion, here. Because everything you just told me is the reason why I think Jacksonville's not even going to have a shot at winning that game. I mean, Mercedes Lewis is great, don't get me wrong, and I do agree with you there. It's a name that a lot of fantasy owners are going to really start looking for, pretty soon here. So I'm right there with you. But you're going against Philadelphia, and I'm sorry, man. You can't tell me that adding Sproles in this offseason isn't going to take a fast offense already and just kick it into high gear. And I think what we're going to see tomorrow by Philadelphia is they're going to come out. Chip Kelly's going to say, this is what we can do. Take notice, motherfuckers.
I don't know. We'll see. I think this is going to be year to Foles folds.
No way. No, yep. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Foles is, the next fucking savior here. Okay, he's no Rocky Balboa over there in Philadelphia. I got you. All right, I totally understand this. But at the same time, man, he is a good quarterback. You don't throw 7 touchdowns in a game and then fucking turn garbage next year. You just don't do that.
We'll see.
All right. Well, I'm writing it down right now, and I got to tell you, right next to as I'm writing it down, at Eddie's pick here, I got a big old LOL.
That's it. Then you're going to be like, damn, that motherfucker was right.
Yeah. We'll see about that. All right, next game here for 1 o'clock. Oakland travels to the Meadowlands to take on the New York Jets.
This is my hater pick. I'm picking the Raiders. They're getting 5.5. They're getting 5.5 points anyway. And I just don't want to see the Jets succeed, so yeah, I'm picking the Raiders.
See, there's a little haterade there, and I'll give you that. But you know what, though? I got to pick somebody.
I think it's going to be a tough game, all right? It really is. Let's throw it out here like this. They got Mojo. All right, Raiders got Mojo. Derek Carr is starting. They still got Darren McFadden over there, which I think that he's still going to get hurt. But if it's a 50-50 carry, between him and Mojo, I think that might be a lot healthier for him.
So instead of week 5, we're talking week 9.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, which will definitely help out if you think about it, man, because he's got some burst of speed that just he jukes the shit out of everybody. He's a solid running back if he just wasn't so brittle boned.
I remember him back in Alabama, so I'm right there with you. I agree, but he cannot stay healthy. He can't.
Yeah.
He just can't.
The Jets front line, D line, man, they're something fierce though too. This is the thing that fights me back and forth about this game too. Is it's hard to run on this team. It really is, man. They got a couple solid guys over there. Think about this, though. D. Milliner, their cornerback, is out for the game. He's injured. They already told him that he's inactive.
They basically have no corners over in Jets land, and I will admit that.
Hardy's not there no more. D. Milliner's out. He's hurt.
Can I throw a name, though, that's in Oakland right now that you probably forgot about, but he needs not be forgot about? James Jones.
Oh, yeah, James Jones. No, definitely. He's a beast. As I said, I picked up some wide receivers. He's a beast. He does have some drops in his career, though. Let's see what he does this year.
Now, I did have this
solid year.
I did have this thought, though, Remember those 2 lost years of Randy Moss that nobody knows where the fuck he went? Turns out he was in Oakland. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think that hopefully that doesn't happen with James Jones, but you know that we know what happens to good players in Oakland.
And he's going to get his chance to shine right now. I mean, he's a fast dude. He gets open. He's got to catch the ball. And if Derek Carr puts it on point to him, it's going to be something to watch, man. And don't forget about Mojo. This is a year that he's going to come back with a chip on his shoulder, you know, and
I could say the same thing about Chris Johnson on the other side of the fucking field there. You know, Chris Johnson could have that chip on his shoulder. He's basically told by the team drafted him, "You're garbage," you know?
Oh, yeah. So, let's see what happens, man. I think it's going to be an exciting game. It's going to be one of them games that you want to watch, but wherever you live, it's probably not going to be on TV.
Well, I have to pick somebody, and I don't want to, but I have to, and I'm sitting here like...
Raiders are getting 5.5, remember.
Hang on, wait. I have a coin. All right, we're going to do it. First official... I'm dead serious because I can't. I mean, I'm looking at this shit, and
it's gonna be a tough game.
There's no cornerbacks in Jets land, but then again, I don't know. Here we go. So anyway, we got heads is Oakland, tails is Jets. Let's flip that bitch. All right, it's tails. I'm going Jets with this game.
All right, it's more of a chance for me to get up in the Pick'ems ranking here.
Now, and there are some people that would say, "Oh, well, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Why would you do?" Listen. I'm trying to tell you right now that there are even analysts out there that don't want to pick this game. All right,
it's a tight game.
I'm not no analyst by far. I'm just some dude with a hobby, a microphone, and a fucking computer. But I'm telling you, these motherfuckers don't want to pick it. So either way, next game we got here: Cincinnati Bengals travel to Baltimore to take on, I guess you can say, a somewhat rebuilt Ravens.
If you want to say that, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with that.
There's a lot of hype, though. There's a lot of hype. There really is. I don't know if it's just media who, the press is trying to sell the fans a better team, but there's a lot of hype out of Baltimore saying that they're going to be better than expected.
I mean, people are really hating on Steve Smith, but I think he's going to show up for them. I really do, man. He's still made some crazy-ass plays in preseason, diving for shit, banging his head on the ground. You don't care, man. He's always been a beast. Talk shit in your face. You don't care. He's going to be a solid player over there. And even when he starts getting catches, now they're going to have open wide receivers available after that.
Well, and remember, Jacoby Jones still, hangs out over there. And you know what? I'm not going to say he's top elite receiver, but what I will say is this. He could burn almost any DB in the league.
Yeah, and Torrey Smith.
Jacoby Jones, there's some of the things I fucking, as somebody who's a fan of Peyton Manning and he ends up usually facing the Ravens once a year, I fucking hate that name. So,
in saying this, maybe there's something, maybe we're talking it up that the Ravens got a solid team, but yet I'm still going Bengals. They're getting 1.5 points, which is weird to me because, I don't know, maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe there's something else about the Ravens. Maybe Bernard Pierce beats his wife behind closed doors and gets energy to play the game. I don't know.
Hey, it could be. You never know. And I got to say this, fuck it. For all those people out there that are a member of the Slapaho tribe, listen, I'm not saying that I hate you 100%. The only thing I'm saying is just keep the shit out of public. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, here's the deal. First things first, I got to just bring it up because we're talking Bengals here. I want to give an RIP to the law firm Ben Jarvis Green Ellis.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know. I wish they didn't get rid of him, though. I liked him. I always liked him.
And a lot of people did. I mean, that is, he never had the fumbling issue. I'll give you that. As where Ridley, oh my God.
Yeah,
every time he touches the ball, they just hold the fucking breath. But here's where I'm going to go with this one because Cincinnati, I like Cincinnati. I've liked them for years now. Last year, they were my sleeper pick in the playoffs. Obviously, it didn't go as well as I had wanted it to. And just because I like Cincinnati, and I really think this is either going to be the year. They're going to shit or get off the pot. Because after this, the GM and everything, they're going to either blow the team up or do something. You know what I mean? That's how.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good game at all. I think the Bears are going to absolutely 100% positively blow them out. I think Buffalo had a chance until their defense fell apart. Kiko Alonso out for the season. I'm still going to take the Bears. I think they're going to win by like 17.
See, I don't have that much faith in Jay Cutler. I just don't. And, and especially the fact that he proves that the only person he sees is Brandon Marshall, even though he's got a all-pro fucking Pro Bowler, whatever, however other fucking titles in Alshon Jeffries over there, he still only sees fucking Brandon Marshall.
So Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey, Santonio Holmes over there now, Matt Forte. They got a solid team as long as he, learns how to throw it around a little bit, which he better. If he don't fucking learn that shit this year, one of the coaches need to smack the shit out of him.
Well, the thing is that, look at Cutler's career. All right, started off in Denver. He ended up basically, in my opinion,
with Brandon Marshall.
He whined his way out of that fucking gig over there, and then he gets his trade, goes over to fucking the Bears, and in my opinion, has been probably the most anti-clutch.
He's got a really strong arm. And if he learns to pass it around, I think
the man has every year, I believe, since he's come in as a rookie, has thrown 4,000 yards a season. This is something that was barely even done up until 10 years ago. So you got to give credit where credit is due. He's throwing them more only because of the points. I don't think Chicago's going to be able to cover it. I think you're going to see exactly what we're talking about right now. So that's what we got to do here. So anyway, next game. Well, I'll tell you what here. Let's take a quick break real fast. We got a little skit here, but George Carlin, great fucking stuff here. We'll take a quick break, about 5 minutes. When we get back, we're going to go over, we got about 4 more 1 o'clock games. And then
to put my stuff. So that's what I've been doing back there, just trying to find a place for my stuff. You know how important that is. That's the whole pile of stuff with a cover on it. You see that when you take off in an airplane and you look down and you see everybody's got a little pile of stuff. Everybody's got their own pile of stuff. And when you leave your stuff, you got to lock it up. Wouldn't want somebody to come by and take some of your stuff. They always take the more stuff. Now, sometimes you've got to move. You got to get a bigger house. Why? Too much stuff. You've got to move all your stuff. And maybe put some of your stuff in storage. Imagine that. Somebody else's stuff is all over the place. And what awful stuff it is. Or wherever they give you to sleep, usually right near the bed there's a dresser, and there's never any room on the dresser for your stuff. Someone else's shit is on the dresser. Bring some of your stuff with you. You can't bring all your stuff. Just the stuff you really like. The stuff that fits your stuff. That's the first thing you do in a hotel room is put away your stuff. I'll put some stuff in here, put some stuff down there. Here's another place for some stuff here. I'll put some stuff over there. You put your stuff over there. I'm putting my stuff over here. Here's another place for some stuff. Hey, we got more places than we've got stuff. We're going to have to buy more stuff. Some of your stuff with you. And you relax in Honolulu on that basis. That's when your friend from Maui calls and says, hey, why don't you come over to Maui for the... And you get over, and you're really spread out now. You've got shit all over the world. You've got stuff at home, stuff in storage, stuff in Honolulu, stuff in Maui, stuff in your pockets. Supply lines are getting longer and harder to maintain. Your cinnamon-flavored dental floss and your Afrin 12-hour decongestant nasal spray. And even though you're a long way from home, you know that you must be okay because you do have your Afrin 12-hour decongestant nasal spray. And you relax in Maui on that basis. That's when your friend wallet, lighter, hanky, pen, cigarettes, contraceptives, gasoline...
99% of women kiss with their eyes closed, which is why it's so difficult to identify a rapist.
That's right, folks. Welcome back. This is Motor Mouth Sports. I am your host, motherfucking Dino. That's Crazy Fins.
Yes, sir.
That's right, folks. And that is a very fair...
Might take some of you a little bit longer to get there.
Anyway, here, let's jump right back into these games here. We got a couple more here at 1 o'clock. Washington Redskins travel to Houston, take on the Texans. Now,
I think the Redskins are going to smash them out. Redskins are getting 3. Texans D is the only thing you got to look forward to over there in Houston. I just don't see...
Texans first overall pick there that I can't remember because I'm a retard.
Jadeveon
Clowney, the most, scary defensive lineman in all the league. And I really mean scary because that motherfucker...
One-on-one, stuff going on over there with J.J. Watt on the other side. He's going to be double covered, so, Jadeveon has got some gonna have some opportunity to show what he's got.
Opportunity, but I don't.
A nice game to watch defensive wise and see what happens with Houston, and see if Washington steps it up because they're.
Mainly because I don't believe in Houston. That's all it is here. I did tell people the other night, and I stand by it, to sit Deshaun Jackson this week in fantasy.
Yes.
I will stand by that because, whatever's, here's the deal with Robert Griffin. We all know this. I've said this 1,000 times. Like you just said, he's playing with the fear. I seen it.
As long as if he quits that scared shit and just takes it out of his mind now, old RG3, they're going to be a solid team.
But
Yes, I think this is going to be a good matchup, man. It's going to be a lot tighter than what people think. Back being the rookie, Sean Green is going to take the number 1 back role, and we're going to see. I think it's going to be a tight game. This one might backfire. It's one of them I would not put money on because it can go either way.
I agree with you there, but I will say this. Kansas City's not going to have the year they had last year. Let's get used to it. Accept that shit now, Kansas City fans. We're going to see it again this year. Tennessee's not a big team, so I agree with you. I wouldn't put money on this one because it could go either way. I mean, we're one special teams play away from fucking Tennessee pulling out the up.
Don't, folks, because they have a scary D over there. They're a solid defense. They were all throughout last year. If you watch the games, they stayed in every game. They made a lot of defensive plays. Lockers back there now.
The wall.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. We're going to see what happens. It's going to be a good game.
Last of the 1 o'clock games here, and this one interests you here.
Yes, sir.
New England is traveling down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. I'm going to let you start this one off. I'm going to just sit back
Yes,
here.
Fucking sir. Fuck the Cheatriots. Fins up. Fins are getting...
Go to me by now.
Yeah, I'm telling you. This is gonna be the year, though, man. They got a lot of shifty, crazy wide receivers over there now. Landry, LSU wide receiver. I mean, I can go on and on over there.
What about Matthews? You don't think Matthews is gonna get more?
Rashard Matthews has been having some great chemistry with him. Also, he's in on like 40% of their plays now, so they've been giving him a bigger role. No Sean Moreno's over there. He's healthy again for the season. Every time he was in the preseason, he just made a fucking...
Throw a little pee up in the punch bowl here. Hang on. Let me just...
Please pick the Cheatriots.
Let me just... Listen, hang on. That's or the Dolphins. I agree with you there. But there's a difference this year. Tom Brady and the Patriots basically know this battle. It's nothing against Miami, but Grunk is healthy. They've got a couple now. Amendola seems to be healthy as far as everybody can tell. They're not. I'm going to give them another 5.
You're just doing this just because, you son of a bitch. You know what? This is great. Dolphins smash.
Take up the ankle injury.
I didn't say because it wasn't because Giselle had the fucking rope tied around his ankle. It's probably what it was, but it don't matter.
No, but what I'm saying is, did you hear about the college player a couple weeks back? Says he jumped out of the set. That actually what happened was he rolled his ankle sucking on cock. I mean, honestly, this is how these things happen. So
you will see Tom Brady getting to know Cameron Wake. That's it, baby. That is it.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't call you out and said, didn't you say that last year?
No, listen.
Tom Brady the way we do. Go to YouTube and look up Nate Clements' hit on Tom Brady. This is back when Nate Clements was a member of the Buffalo Bills. And I'm telling you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you see. So first 4 o'clock game, Carolina traveling to Tampa Bay. They're going to be taking on. Now, here's the deal with Carolina. All right, I got to bring this up. The Bucks, there's a lot of good reasons. Lovie Smith, anytime he's involved in anything, I like it. I have to admit that to you right now. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think good things are going to happen over there. But Carolina, I think, is going to be the hardest. They're going to be just like Kansas City last year. They're going to have that huge high, that huge wave, and this year we're looking at 9-7.
I don't know. I'm just hoping, Newton is still a little hurt, with that rib injury. And it's going to be effective in, affecting them to play. Tampa Bay, I don't like McCown. I think he's way overrated. He did help the Bears in the playoffs last year, but otherwise, his whole entire life, he did absolute shit.
Everybody knows they should have started him. Everybody.
And I think they should start Mike Glennon right now because he's the better guy for the team, and
he earned it last year. That's the key thing. Is Glennon, in my opinion, earned it last year and got raped. That's just my opinion. So
that's it too. Even though Carolina's a little hurt with with Newton. They're getting 3 points. I'm going Carolina. I think they're going to take it.
I'm gonna disagree with you. Like I said, I'm a huge Lovie Smith fan. Anywhere he goes,
I love it. I love it over there. I just think they're starting McCown. I think it's going to be a bad look for them, man.
well, they do have some running backs over there that have been
Doug
known.
Martin and Bobby Rainey.
They've been known to bust out some 200-yard games. So I'm just saying these things could happen. Next game here at 4 o'clock, San Francisco travels to Dallas to take on the Cowgirls. I mean the Cowboys. I'm sorry. The Cowgirls is later next week.
Yes, Cowgirls are getting 4.5 points. 49ers are going to beat them, cover the points next game.
But see, it's not that. No, it's not that short. Wait a minute. I understand. No, it's not. It's not.
That's sure.
It really isn't. Because, yes, of course, you'd be a fool not to take San Francisco in this game. Anybody who wasn't taking San Francisco, you're an idiot. If you think in any way that fucking Dallas is going to have a good year,
I
then
think if the defense was better over there, Sean Lee was still there and stuff, I think it'd be a real tough game and a tough game to call since 49ers been having some issues over there scoring points. I mean, I think that would be it. But against that defense right now, I think the 49ers are just going to be like, okay, yeah, preseason's behind us. We're fucking throwing touchdowns now.
You know what I saw, though? I got to bring this up. I saw this on Facebook this week, and it killed me. I loved it. It was a post, and it had Eldon Smith on the front of it, and it said, the 49ers are going to go 14-2 this year. 14 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. I was dying. I was fucking dying. But, no, listen, you know, Dallas is going to do what they always do. They're going to give us a show. Tony Romo is once again going to make us all question our sanity on how this motherfucker ever got a starting job in the NFL. You know, the same thing's going to happen. They're going to be in it until late in the second half. Romo is going to do something to fucking throw the game away, and we're just going to end up seeing it. It's going to happen. San Francisco fans are going to walk out of there thinking they got themselves a team. But we all know by week 4 or 5, we're going to get some more suspensions handed down with all these arrests, and San Francisco fans will go back to normal.
Yeah, they might be having everybody from the practice squad join the fucking team.
Exactly. Now, just some other picks, you know, I want to go over fast. We talked about them last show. If you want to know some details, go and listen to that. But I just want to make sure we stand by them because we wanted to check the point spreads, okay? First game was Indianapolis traveling to Denver, take on the Broncos. We both took the Broncos. I'm standing by that.
Colts are getting 8 points.
That's a lot.
Colts getting 8 points. It's a tough one, man. It's going to be a tough one. I think that, God, it's one of them coin flips for me with the 8 points, honestly. I think it's going to be close. So, you know, fuck, I still don't know. I'll stay with Denver because I said it. I'm going to stay with Denver.
8 does make me shudder a little. I'd be lying. I'd be fucking lying.
If
Especially
it was 6, I'd feel a little more comfortable because of the touchdown thing. But, you know, I don't know. It's going to be tough.
I'm going to have to. I'll stay with it. Next game we got, this is a Monday night game. New York Giants at Detroit taking on the Lions. I took the Giants. You took Detroit. What's the point spread?
Giants are getting 6.
I'm going to stay where I'm at.
And I'm staying with Detroit.
Okay, sounds good to me. Last game of the week here. San Diego is traveling to Arizona. They're going to take on the Cardinals. I took the Cardinals. You took the Cardinals. What's the spread?
Chargers are getting 3. I'm still staying Arizona.
Getting 3. Yeah, I'll stay Arizona. I will. I'm going to stand by it. You know, I think that was a safe thing that we did here. So, you know, basically, long story short here, folks, and that's all of our games. Football's fucking back. All right, it's fucking back. Week 1 is going to get on tomorrow. I don't know about you guys, but I got a lot of fucking shit going to be going on. We're going to be, of course, eventually going over Crazy Finn's house. So we're going to we might even drop these motherfuckers a surprise show. We don't even know yet. We don't even know.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, that's always a possibility.
Especially if shit's going down how I'm expecting it with the Finns game. I'm getting on. I'm talking shit. I'm hating on all the Cheatriot fans.
And when the Cheatriots go up by like fucking 21 points, and this motherfucker is just about ready to put a fucking bullet in his head, we're gonna fucking click live, and
because I'll start throwing shit around my house like crazy. If they're losing by fucking like 20, that's it. The TV's going. I'm going to start watching games on a fucking computer because I'm done.
This shit is crazy. So, anyway, real quick here. We didn't get a chance to do this. I want you guys to give us a check out over there on the Great Lakes Radio Network on Spreaker.com. You can check us out there. Also, check out the new website, Motormouth motormouthsports.webs.com. That's motormouthsports.webs.com. You can follow us on Twitter at motormouthfans. Motormouthfans. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else that we can do. I always feel like I never get this in, and
we missed some fantasy stuff. We get a lot of fantasy talk going on.
well, no, we didn't, and I'll be honest, and we can maybe throw it out there. But real quick, I just want people to know here, I went and listened to a couple other sports shows. Not that I want to be like them, but I went and listened to them, because, I like to hear what's going on and what's going around. And I got to be honest, it's the one thing we don't do that I hear everybody else do really well is they promote the shit out of themselves. And we barely get in our website at the end of the show.
I mean, it is true. I mean, we worry more about the show than, throwing our fucking names out there.
It's true, but either way, if you wanted to, why don't you give a couple people, fantasy players there, little sleepers, and maybe some picks there for tomorrow. Let them know what's going on.
Yeah, kind of talked about it before. Tight end, Mercedes Lewis. Tight end's always a sketchy position in fantasy. I mean, it's tight out there. A lot of them don't score a lot of points all the time. It's hard to really pick somebody, but they're down receivers with Cecil Shorts. Mercedes Lewis is a good pick over there in Jacksonville versus Philly, who gives up a lot of tight end points. Also, for you fuckers who are sleeping out there and don't know who the hell Rashad Jennings is, okay, he is now the running back for the Giants. He will score. He will run the shit out of the ball versus the Lions. Put him on your fucking stardom. Let's go. Put his ass in.
Yeah, he should be there already.
Jay Cutler versus Buffalo. I think he's going to throw an interception, but he's going to throw 300 yards on him. Buffalo's D is really, really hurt. They're down corners. They're down safeties, middle linebacker. Everybody's hurt over there. Siddums. This is going to be a guy people really are starting. I'm sitting him. C.J. Spiller versus Chicago Bears. Not because Chicago's D is crazy, but because C.J. Spiller has not been the guy that he was before. They got 4 guys over there running the ball right now. C.J. Spiller, Fred Jackson, Anthony Dixon, and what the fuck is the guy's name came from Philly? Yes, him too. Whatever the hell. Yes, he's a solid running back, man. He's a beast. But they got too many hands to
Bryce
feed over
Brown.
there. Yes, Bryce Brown. That is him. Yes, there's just too many hands to feed. CJ's not going to get the carries, and if you don't make a play off the bat, they're going with 75-year-old Fred Jackson. Also, I'm sitting Victor Cruz versus Detroit only because Eli has been sketchy. No chemistry going on over there.
And that goes without saying that you should be benching Eli.
Yes. It just is what it is. And it's not because Detroit's D is crazy or nothing like that. It's just that he's been sketchy at times.
And if you are a person that, and especially in these leagues where interceptions are almost as bad as half the points of a touchdown, you really want to stay away from them.
Yes, definitely. And it's gonna be one of them calls that you got to watch the first game to find out what Eli's going to do a little bit, later on. If he starts off the season pretty good, okay, maybe spot start him here and there, but he's not a guaranteed starter. I'm sorry for you Giants fans who believe that. Also, I'm sitting, until the first couple games, I'm sitting Kobe Fleener versus Denver. Not because he's versing Denver, but because he's a sketchy tight end at times.
He can flash it, though. He can flash it.
Yes, they got somebody else over there, too, one of the other tight ends. I forget who it is, but he's been showing a little bit, too. So they're going to do 50-50 roll over there, so it's kind of hard to start him.
Well, I got a couple of sit-ems and starters and sit-ems here for you. One thing I'm going to say is this. Start the Jets defense against Oakland. Go ahead and do that. I really think that you're going to end up, just in the turnovers part alone, you're going to end up getting your points there. Another thing that I said before, but, there are people that are out there wondering, Nick Foles, start the shit out of him, really, especially this week. I think it'll definitely pay your dividends that you're looking for. Mark Ingram, I talked about it last show, but, I really want to push this guy with people. He's the hands down number one over there in New Orleans with Sproles gone. This is the guy you're going to want to get. He's going to be pushing it in the goal line, so you're going to want that guy. Another guy, I believe you did not bring him up, but we talked about him last week. I just want to throw a name out there, Corell Patterson again.
Cordarrelle Patterson.
Cordarrelle Patterson.
He's going to get some points, man. He's definitely a sleeper, which he shouldn't be. He should be a starter anyway. People will get to know his name in fantasy if you do not really know him now.
And as a kicker, I don't know how many people listened to me on Thursday, but maybe you want to listen again. Cody Parkey. He's going to be kicking for the Philadelphia Eagles this year, and I'm telling you, he's got the leg on him. So if you're in a league where distance matters, that's the guy you're going to want to go pick up. Sit-ems, we talked about it before. Steven Jackson, you shouldn't ever play him anymore. Something is how it goes here. Trent Richardson, keep him on the bench, especially against Denver.
For the rest of his career, put him
I don't know about the rest of his career, but especially against Denver. He doesn't really show up in the big games there. Then the last couple other ones, I talk about this all the time, no matter what you say. Mike Wallace shouldn't even be on your fucking team. If he's on your team, you should fucking be disappointed in yourself.
Yes, he's going to be a tough one. It is my severe sleeper pick this week, only because he's facing somebody who people think that you should sit everybody against. But Darrelle Revis, not the man he was, ever used to be. And we're going to see Wallace do some things about it against him. We're going to see if the refs throw some flags for Revis holding them, and we'll see what happens.
And sit Atlanta's defense. All right, I know there's some people out there that be like, oh, well, Drew Brees, we could have an off. No, fuck you. He's not going to have an off day. You're going to get fucking burnt, and you're going to hate your life. So just sit fucking Atlanta's defense there.
To be safe, I would sit the Saints D too. Even though they picked up some guys, their D's looking better, but you don't know what's going on this week against Atlanta. You gotta see what they're gonna do for the rest of the season.
Yeah, they can come out with that triple-headed monster there. When I say triple-headed, is AJ Green, fuck it, Julio Jones, Roddy White, and Matt Ryan could come out and really just put on a show. So that's just my opinion. It
could be a shootout. It could be one of them games to watch. It could be like the 2 years ago games with them.
Absolutely. It's fucking very... That's where I want to see Atlanta get back to, because there was a couple of years ago, they're 14-2. Everybody thinks they're the greatest fucking things to slice bread. But listen, injury's a hell of a thing. And they tasted the injury bug harder than any other team in recent memory that I can remember lately. So how fast they can come back from that is going to decide all of this.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, folks. You hear that behind us. That means it's time to wrap this bitch up. It's time to get the fuck out of here. I gotta say, though, Crazy, this is a good show, man. I feel we really filled it up with information. We got everybody pumped for tomorrow, man. I'm happy with it.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I think we definitely shored up the fantasy section because we're so pumped about the fucking games going on tomorrow. But we threw it in here the last couple minutes. And, it is what it is, man. I'm just fucking pumped about tomorrow. I can't wait.
Now, I can't promise you, everybody, I can't do this, but I can tell you this. There might be a show tomorrow live from Crazy Fins. I can't say it's going to happen. I'm just going to tell you this. We're going to be watching football. We're going to be talking about all this shit anyway. Maybe there might be a mic live somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Laptop's going to be out. Computer's always on.
I got the Optimum app on my computer now, too, so we're going to have your computer rocking it. There's going to be like 9 games on tomorrow. So it's going to be good shit.
There's always a game on the desktop. There's a game on my son's TV, game on the big TV in the living room. That's at least 3. If you got the laptop on, you can hit the Wi-Fi. I got the direct TV shit right here. We could have 4 games going easily.
There's going to be, I'm telling you, I'm fucking pumped, man. And I'm telling you, if you are a male and you live in America, and there's not a part of you that is fucking just screaming like a little child because football's going to come back tomorrow, you're gay. Just admit it, tell your parents, and get used to the shit and start figuring out how you're going to take a dick in your ass because you're gay. It's true. Come on, how many people do you know? And I know a lot of them that are like, I'm not gay, I just don't like football. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I know, this shit gets you pumped, man. It's like the beats, like if you throw the beats down, I don't care if you're a rapper, I don't care if you don't like rap, it don't matter. You throw the beats down, the little beats that we've been playing in the middle of shit, if it don't get you bobbing around or anything, I don't know, man, I don't know what's wrong.
You're going to have to step it up, motherfuckers, is what you're going to have to do. But anyway, folks, it is time for us to get out of here. So, like I said, go check us out, Great Lakes Radio Network on Spreaker.com, Motormouth Sports there. Go check out motormouthsports.webs.com. That is our website, which we have all the information up. I'm going to be filling in our pick'ems tonight. We're going to have our records posted live each week, and it's going to be a record for all of our fans to know we stand behind what we do. Also, go check out Motormouth Sports page on Facebook. You can give that a like. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Motormouth Sports Fan. I think I got it all.
Oh, yeah. Fins the fuck up. Fuck the Patriots. Let's go.
And fuck Rainey. Anyway, motherfuckers.
Good luck to my son tomorrow, because this is his first game of the year. He's playing tomorrow. Pop Warner football.
They're about to get it in. Yo, I'm telling you, folks, I watched a video of him today, man, and he was getting it in. He was getting it in, motherfuckers. So we're going to be knowing about Crazy Finn Jr. here real soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks, from everybody here at Dino's Fuck You Network, Great Lakes Radio Network, Northern Lights Radio, and anywhere else we want to be, because we are motherfucking Dino and Crazy Fins. I want y'all motherfuckers to remember one motherfucking thing. Go fuck yourselves!
I wish I could go back in time and do the right thing, you know?
Like be there for him?
No, get her an abortion.